clean that yesterday? I did. I rubbed it hard with SpongeBob. SpongeBob's not a real sponge, you dork. Plastic doesn't soak up blood. You need a soft sponge, something from under the sink in the kitchen. How am I supposed to know? Just try to get it out before our patient comes. Okay, but you promised I could do the seaweed this time. It's so cool to watch it get all fat, just like the blob. Robbie, it depends if the patient needs the seaweed. We don't do it for fun, and you won't see it where it's going. What's cool is that it helps open the lady pocket gently so we don't hurt when we operate. How about this? If she needs it and you do it right, you can watch all of Thornberry's. I guess so. Hey, Shay, what now? How come we never get to take Siamese twins apart or something cool like that? Because doctors get medals for that instead of get shot, and there are plenty of mommies and daddies left to do that stuff. The young girl appears at the stairway. If Robbie gets to do seaweed and see his program, I get baby Annabelle. Kaylee, you just gave me an idea. You're absolutely right. But don't you think baby Annabelle is too old for a pacifier or bottle now? Take her upstairs and practice feeding her real mouth a straw, then another straw, one at a time, to get it to open wider and wider. Why am I getting punished? It's not punishment, it's practice, just like when we play Operation. Try not to touch the sides, just stay in the center of the hole. Now pretend that Dolly has a light-up nose, too, and she'll cry till her nose gets red every time the straw scrapes the inside of her mouth by mistake. Here, I'll watch you the first few times. Keep space on both sides as you go. Pretty good, pretty good. Whoops. The sun goes down, the doorbell rings, and the center of gravity of the raised ranch on Cherry Street drops to the lower level, suddenly full of activity. 4 hands reach up to unlatch the door, grasp, and pull. A woman walks in tentatively, greeting her hosts and hostesses, bearing flowers and a large brown paper bag. She squats down to pat one's head, touch another's cheek. My, how you've grown, the spitting image of your dad, and you so like your mom. Be right with you, Mrs. Kapresky. Mrs. Presky, I have to take your vitamins. No, Kaylee, vital signs. You take your vitamins, you take her vital signs. I'm not sure how many vitamins are in fast food, but you may as well eat while it's hot. Oh boy, what have we got? 1 chicken nuggets, that's for Kaylee. Medium fries, that's me. 1 burger, no pickle, no ketchup, gotta be Shay. A Sprite and a Coke and a shake. No, the Sprite's here, sweetheart. That one's the urine sample. Couldn't remember if you needed it. It's harder to remember things when you're older. Just ask your... Oh, sorry, love, how could I? That's okay, Mrs. Kapresky, no problem. Get relaxed now. Lie back. Hope the pool table's not too hard. Kaylee, take the sample to the back. Careful, don't spill it on the fries. We'll chow down and then get started right away. 3 children devour their happy meals while they sit entranced before a glowing screen. Give me a fry. You took a bunch already. Where's the extra ketchup, Shay? Never mind the ketchup. Time's up. And now that we ate, let's list the other 3 8s that come out of operate. Sedate, dilate, aspirate. Exactly. Let's get to it. He leads them over to the pool table where the woman smiles uneasily. Now, Kaylee, hold her hand, and if she has pain, you soothe her. And Robbie, remember, you can't force the curette like jamming a Megazord antler onto its ear knob. Okay, Shay, I'll do it right. You always do the hard part anyway. Don't worry, Mrs. Kapresky. Shay's a pro. He won't poke you. That's right, but she might feel a slight pinch. Shay's a pro. He won't po, the young girl echoes and begins to sing tunelessly a nonsense version of Jingle Bells. Po-boom-po, po-boom-po. Hush, Kay, how's our patient doing? Po-po-po, po-po. Kaylee, you're bothering Mrs. K. She doesn't want to hear your silly jingle bell. She's trying to relax. That's all right, dear. The woman strokes the young child's soft, fine hair. Do you suppose a general anesthetic would be better under the circumstances, Shay? I'm really sorry, Mrs. K. The kids over on Sycamore are training now, but it's a lot more complicated. No videos showed that. Does Mrs. Presty want another shot? No, Kay, she's just nervous. The girl picks up the forceps with 2 hands. If she's nervous, we can take the butterflies in the stomach out with the forceps. No, Kay, that's only in the operation game. But you said playing it was practice for procedure. Again, she sings pro-po-po, pro-po-po, this time while sucking her thumb. Kaylee, how many times have I told you, you only ring pops in the OR, no thumbs. Go back upstairs till I call you. We'll manage without you. Robbie, tell me what diameter candle you think is right for Mrs. Capresky. Upstairs, the young girl sits before a disembodied head the size of her own. She combs and styles and gathers and clips with an array of pink utensils and ornaments. She converses with the head, and it too speaks, though its replies are non sequiturs, as she attempts, unsuccessfully, to make a braid. I could play with you all day, make me pretty, the girl confides. It's so easy to make you beautiful. You don't have a south nose or south mouth or an ugly beard. I want all the ladies to have only heads, just like you. See how pretty you are already? The girl holds a small pink mirror in front of the head, then puts her palm on top of it and pushes gently back and forth to fashion a nod of assent. Eventually, she loses interest and finds her way to another, smaller doll who is more than head, but whose lower half is fish. She waves the mermaid's movable arm at the nearby oversized head and strokes her soft, luxurious, rubbery tail until her older brother's call interrupts her reverie. It must be time for vitamins, she says to the exotic creature. I'll bring you with me. I'm bringing Mermaid Fancy down, she yells as she navigates the steps. It's fantasy, her brother corrects. Whatever, just come, give us a hand. If I was a wizard, I would change all the ladies into mermaids. Then there'd be no legs to open up on the table, because I don't like the lady legs or lady pockets. We don't have that power, Kaylee. We can sew a tail onto Mrs. Presky, so she won't need to have a procedure. Hush, Kaylee, or you'll go right back upstairs. Never scare the patient. Maybe some other doctor in another 100 years can figure out how to do that, but it won't be with needle and thread, that's for sure. Now, chill out and take the flowers in where Mrs. K can look at them. The boy realizes he has raised his voice and modulates it appropriately to speak to the woman. I'm sorry about my sister, he says softly. She didn't get her nap today, and she's a little out of sorts. She's still, I looked up what they call it on the internet. Oh yeah, I think she's in denial. I hope you don't mind if we put on Scooby-Doo in the recovery room. It always does the trick. The younger boy, after helping the woman down from the pool table and escorting her to the back room, races up the stairs and back again, holding a box, the contents of which he proceeds to place on the linoleum. Throw up, that's what. And we don't have all the pieces anymore. Yeah, Kaylee vacuumed up the wishbone. Liar, Robbie did it. It doesn't matter who did it. You both know the pieces should never be anywhere near the aspirator. Oh, what's the use? Look, if you hold out for a few more procedures, we can take the flowers and visit the graves. It's too scary to go at night. No, Rob, it's much safer at night. You're not a Power Ranger. Just spin somebody. 5. The girl pumps the button in the board's center the designated number of times. 3. The boy does the same, but before completing the move, the pajama-clad plastic man jackknifes in bed. His sleeping cap flies off his head. His startled eyes snap open to attention, and just as suddenly the children's eyes fill up with tears. What's the matter with you two? It's supposed to be funny when he pops up. You're not supposed to cry. The older boy presses the plastic man's torso back down roughly with his palm. Why can't our daddy and mommy pop up from their graves like that and send their stupid tombstone flying? Why can't they, Shay? Why can't you leave the stupid game in the closet where it belongs? Why are you yelling at us? You're always yelling. Why can't you ask me something easy, like why is the sky blue? I'm not so much older than you know. I'm freaking 12 years old. He kicks the board into the wall, and the plastic man is once again resurrected, his cap catapulted